brought to you by Canaan's Designer Warehouse.
It seems like everyone is shopping at Canaan Designer Warehouse for Christmas this year. After all, we have everything people are looking for, from richly ornamented coats to tunics, and of course, all the custom thong sandals. And because we carry the same designer clothing as major department stores, but for 20 to 30% less, it's easy to find the perfect gift for that special someone, say like a favorite child. Canaan's Designer Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Oh, hey guys. How you guys doing? Well, it's that special time of year again. And do a little Black Friday shopping. And just doing a little Christmas wrapping. And see how this looks. What do you think? Look pretty nice? I guess it does look kind of shabby. Well, this right here is a special Christmas present. And since it is kind of special, maybe I should get some help rewrapping it. Well, since I need to rewrap it, what do you say? You want to see what's inside? Alright, well, let's just, take a look inside. Lots of tape. I hate that. Well, since winter is approaching, I thought one of the best gifts that we could get for someone would be a coat. And this right here is obviously a richly ornamented coat. And I wanted to get this for my favorite child. I know as a parent, you're not supposed to have favorites, but what can I say? So I was inspired to get this as a gift from our Bible story today. And we'll be talking about that Bible story. But before we do that, let's have a quick review over what we learned and where we left off last time.
Let's review the story of Jacob. Well, last week we talked about how Jacob was one of two twin boys of Isaac and Rebekah. Though they were twins, they were not alike. Esau was hairy and red and liked to hunt. Jacob had smooth skin and liked to stay around camp. But Jacob was a trickster. When Esau came home from hunting, Jacob tricked Esau into selling his birthright for stew. Then, when they were older, Jacob tricked his father Isaac into giving him Esau's blessing. When Esau realized what had happened, he wanted his father to bless him too. But alas, it was too late. That is what we talked about last week. Afterwards, Jacob had to run from his brother Esau. "Go now," said his mother. "Go from here to Haran. Go live with my brother. His name is Laban." In fear, Jacob fled from the bad trick he'd done. He lost his home. Was it worth what he won? That night, Jacob slept by the rocks in a willow. The earth was his bed. A stone was his pillow. Then he saw a ladder so high that angels were on it way up in the sky. God said, "I am with you. To you I will give all this land if you follow me as you live." So he made a pillar of stone. He called the place Bethel. He built it alone. But he knew God was there, so he was not alone. We are never alone when we trust God. Jacob made it to Haran. He met a girl and he fell in love with her. Her name was Rachel. She was Laban's daughter. Jacob met Laban and asked to marry Rachel. He promised to work for 7 years for Laban for her. But Laban was also a trickster, like Jacob. Instead of giving him Rachel, he gave him Leah, his oldest daughter. And so Jacob had to work for another 7 years for Rachel. Well, after time, Jacob went on to have several children, that is, 12 sons and 1 daughter, and additionally gained cows and sheep. And it was time to go home. So he took his wives and children home, wondering how Esau would welcome him. He was worried, so he sent gifts of cows and sheep to his brother. And when Esau saw his brother, he welcomed him. At Bethel, Jacob rested with God. God renamed Jacob to Israel and again promised the land to him and his children. Back home, Jacob met his father Isaac before he died. And that brings us to today's story.
We will be singing the 12 sons of Jacob once, and then the second time we sing it, you guys can join in too. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. These are the 12 sons of Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. These are the 12 sons of Jacob. Thank you.
Let's learn about the story of Joseph from Genesis chapter 37. The story of Joseph is a very colorful story. Listen closely as I tell this story and see how many colors you hear in this story. There once was a man named Jacob who had 12 sons. God told Jacob that the land of Canaan would one day become the promised land where God's chosen people would live. God told Jacob to travel back to Bethel, and on the way, his favorite wife, Rachel, died, giving birth to her youngest son, Benjamin. Of all his sons, Jacob loved Joseph the best, for he was the firstborn to Rachel. To show his love, Jacob had a special coat made for Joseph. His brothers were green with envy. One night, Joseph had a dream of 11 yellow bundles of wheat bowing down to his bundle. Joseph's brothers hated him even more. Joseph had another dream. The yellow sun, the white moon, and 11 stars bowed before me. His father and brothers grumbled, "Are you saying you will rule over us?" Sometimes Joseph would see his brothers doing bad things, and he would tell on them to his father. Their hearts burned black with anger towards Joseph. One day, Joseph was sent to check on his brothers who were watching the flocks of sheep out in the fields. When they saw him coming, they talked about killing him. But the oldest brother, Reuben, protected Joseph, saying, "Let's not kill him." When Joseph got close, they grabbed him, pulled off his beautiful coat. Then they threw him down in a dark well. Joseph was surrounded by blackness. Soon Joseph's brothers saw a bunch of Midianite traders passing by who were on their way to Egypt. Their brothers pulled Joseph out of the deep dark well and sold him to the men who took him to Egypt as their slave. The brothers couldn't go back home without a plan. They decided to kill a goat and smeared their red blood all over Joseph's beautiful coat. They took it home and told their father that Joseph had been attacked by a wild animal and his coat was all that was left. This made Joseph's father blue with sadness. He thought his beloved son was gone forever. He cried and grieved for his lost son for a very long time. But this isn't the end of our story. God was with Joseph and kept him safe. God had a plan for Joseph's life.
Hey guys. So as we're reading about the story of Joseph, one of the things that we've seen is several examples of where Joseph is hurt or mistreated or treated unfairly. And if we were in Joseph's shoes, we probably would be wondering if God really even cared about us. Well, I have a water bottle here. It's just filled with ordinary water. And let's just say this water bottle represents the life of Joseph. And in Joseph's life, so many bad things happened to him. Just like this pen can hurt us or poke us, let's just say that all those bad things that happened were just little pinpricks that happened in his life. And we can think about the story of how his brothers hurt him. You know, they They attacked him, they stripped off his clothes, they dumped him in a well, and then they, some of them threatened to kill him. And then to top it all off, they sold him as a slave to a bunch of foreigners. And then they went and told his dad that he was dead and no longer living. And all these little things just sort of drain the life out of you, just like this water is draining out of this water bottle. But as we'll see in the story of Joseph, God is able to take care of all those hurts. He can cover us up just like this cat can cover us up and heal those wounds. And that's one thing that God does in Joseph's life. There are many more hurts that happen in his life, but God is going to take care of those hurts, and Joseph will become a greater man as a result of it.
Poetry Minute. I hate that kid, said Sciencey Sid, launching his model rocket. Maybe I'd start looking that smart if I had his cool glow-in-the-dark locket. I hate all of them, said Stacy to Kim, bouncing her beautiful blonde curls. I'd be worth the prettiest girl on earth if I could just be like those straight-haired girls. I hate that boy, said Basketball Roy as he hit the game-winning shot. If I could paint like that guy, then finally I'd have quite a lot. I hate that man, said Richie Rich Dan, watching poor Jim pet his dog Jet. You'd better bet I'd be the richest man yet, if only I could have that man's pet. I am just sick, said Superman Clark Kent, of being so powerful and quick. If only I can be a normal man, only then I might begin to fit in. No one smiles, there is no joy, for Superman, Kim, Sid, Dan, or Roy. For if only is a curse, a better life is spent, counting your blessings and being content. Hebrews 13:5 says, and be content with what you have, for he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you.
Here is a video on how to make an ornamented robe. There they are lounging out on the couch, and Caitlin has spotted a way to spend her dad's money. It's a pretty coat, but it's expensive, and unfortunately, he doesn't have any cash. Personally, I think she stole it all. Of course she is heartbroken, even after his failed attempts to comfort her, and now she's begging him with her sad puppy dog eyes. Oh dear, I think he has an idea. Where is he going? What is that? It looks like maybe a raincoat or a poncho. I don't know how well this is going to work. And it looks like he's buttoning the wrong buttons together. That does not look like it fits very well at all. It looks like it is made for someone twice her size. Well, maybe he has a plan for that. Oh look, here he is coming with a pair of scissors. Yikes, I thought he was going to cut off her hands there. Oh, it was just the sleeves he's cutting. Kind of jagged. Might need to go to cutting school. And next he is cutting off the hood. Oh no, don't chop her hair off. It's possible that the improvements just made it worse? She just shakes her head. This is not what she wants. Her heart is still set on the coat in the catalog. Where is he going now? Oh, there he is back again. He has sewing in his hands. Are those paint sticks? What is he planning on doing with those? Rolling them on, obviously trying to paint stripes on the robe, but it's clearly not working very well, or at all. Not really sure he knows what he is doing. And she still doesn't like it. Can't blame her there. So now what? He's back again, trying to stick flowers to her coat. Not sticking. Oh, he's going to pin them on now. And ouch! He just poked her with a pin. She does not seem too happy about that. Well, I guess his face will dry up eventually. Well, I think he's running out of ideas. Well, he got tissue stuck to his hand. And wait a second, it seems like he has an idea. What in the world? Oh my, what is in this bottle he is bringing in? Okay, so now he's pouring some thick liquid all over the jacket. Hopefully not something toxic, but obviously it is something sticky. And ugh, now he is smearing it all over. Ugh, I don't think that is coming off in the wash. Clearly trying to get an even spreading of the sticky substance. Must have some purpose. Well, we'll see where this goes. And now he's sprinkling confetti all over. That'll be fun to clean up. He steps back to examine his final product. Caitlin is thrilled. Questionable taste and fashion, but it is a coat of many colors.
Thank you for watching our video Bible lesson on Joseph. Let's take a moment and review what we've learned. Take a moment and find the hidden pictures in this fun picture of Joseph with his coat of many colors. Feel free to hit pause while you look for the pictures. Now let's take a moment and reveal the answers. Read about Joseph in Genesis chapter 37, verse 3 through 36. Then use the clues to unscramble the words. Then write the circled letters in order in the spaces at the bottom of the page. For example, verse 3, blank loved Joseph more than any of his sons. The answer is scrambled. Take a moment while you answer these questions. And let's go ahead and reveal the answers. Verse 3, Israel loved Joseph more than any of his sons. Verse 5, Joseph had a dream. Verse 12, Joseph's brothers had gone to graze their flocks of sheep. This brother tried to rescue Joseph, Reuben. Joseph was wearing a richly ornamented robe or coat. Joseph's brothers threw him into a cistern, also known as a well. His brothers sold him to Midianite merchants. The Midianites sold Joseph in Egypt. Put all the letters together that are circled and you will come up with verse 19. Joseph's brothers called him a dreamer. The 12 sons of Israel became the 12 tribes of Israel. Their names are listed below. All the boxes connect with a box containing the same letter. After you find the names of the 12 sons of Israel, check your work in Genesis chapter 35, verse 23 through 26. For example, the box in the top left, the B is going to be connected with the first box in the top right word. Take a moment while you try to figure out these clues and figure out the sons of Jacob. Let's go ahead and reveal the answers by singing the song. Sing with me. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin, all the sons of Jacob. Let's answer some questions. Who were Joseph's father and mother? How many brothers did Joseph have? Who was the youngest in the family? Why did Joseph's brothers hate him? What did Jacob give Joseph? What was the first dream that Joseph had? And what was the second dream that Joseph had? When his brothers saw him coming, what did Joseph's brothers do? What did the brothers do when they saw Midianites approaching? And what did the brothers allow their father to think that had happened? Let's reveal the answers. Joseph's father and mother were Jacob, also known as Israel, and Rachel. How many brothers did Joseph have? He had 11, and one sister, Dinah. The youngest brother was Benjamin. Why did Joseph's brothers hate him? His father loved him best, and they were jealous. What did Jacob give Joseph? A richly ornamented coat, also known as a coat of many colors. What was the first dream?
Jacob saw 11 wheat bundles bowing down to his wheat bundle. What was the second dream? The sun, moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to Joseph. When his brothers saw him coming, what did Joseph's brothers do? They plotted to kill him, and they attacked him and dumped him in a well or a cistern. What did the brothers do when they saw the Midianites approaching? They sold Joseph as a slave to them. And what did the brothers allow their father to think what had happened? That he was dead, so they poured blood on his coat as proof. Was Joseph's family perfect? No, we can see Joseph's family was not perfect. His brothers were not really good guys, and they tried to plot and kill Joseph. Did Joseph always make the right decisions? No, he did not. Remember that Joseph told on his brothers some bad news, and that wasn't always the wise thing to do. We're saying that he was going to be greater than him, than the rest of them. Can God use anyone, even if they have an imperfect family? Yes. There's many examples of the Bible where characters have very imperfect families and are imperfect themselves, yet God uses them to accomplish His will. Did you ever think about how Joseph was similar to the story of Cinderella? Think about it. Joseph and Cinderella, their moms died young. Cinderella, her dad died young as well. Both of them were dad's favorite. And in the story of Joseph, the stepbrothers hated him. In the story of Cinderella, the stepsisters hated her because they were jealous. And in the story of Joseph, he held on to his integrity with God. And in Cinderella, at least the Disney version, she tried to be kind to all creatures. And in both stories, they both became powerful rulers, Joseph becoming the second most powerful ruler in Egypt, and Cinderella becoming a princess. And that's a fun thought for the day. Makes you wonder if the brothers Grimm took the story of Joseph as their example. Thank you for watching our Bible lesson today, and hope you join us next time.